listening to the Batman Universe Commentaries, brought to you by thebatmanuniverse.net. Join the staff of the Batman Universe as we watch another exciting incarnation of the Caped Crusader from his extensive media library.
Hello and welcome back to the Batman Universe Commentaries, where we are continuing our look at Batman the Animated Series. My name is Donovan, and as ever, I am joined by...
Hello, it's Josh.
And tonight, we are going to be checking out an old episode from one of the first episodes of the first season of Batman the Animated Series, the Underdwellers. Now, obviously, Josh and I have seen this entire show before, but some episodes more recently than others. And it's definitely been several years since I've seen this episode. I mean, I watch the reruns on Fox Kids all the time, so I remember most of it, but I've not seen it in a long time. Josh, what are your memories of this episode?
I remember the villain was... This is a weird thing to say, but I remember that the villain was like very forgettable. He wasn't like, a Killer Croc or like, a rat catcher or like a Clocky. He was like... I don't think he ever returned. I remember he had pet crocodiles, which was very, very much like the Rescuers. And like when I was a little boy, like fear of crocodiles was like a real thing because in every single like children's cartoon, they were always gonna eat you. And like there's like a Chipmunks movie where like they're being sacrificed to crocodiles at the end that I saw, and because I grew up in Florida, where I still live, like crocodiles were like a very real thing. Like crocodiles are like deer here. Like you see them all the time. So it was a very scary thing for a kid. I also remember like the Home Alone antics of like Alfred like trying to civilize this like orphan. He's like, no, it's time for you to have this fine civilized meal. You stole the silverware, and like Bruce like looking at the security camera laughing like, ha ha ha, I should probably help him, but this is hilarious. I hope I wasn't this much.
And then the kid like gets a gun that for some reason is in their house.
Whoa, I don't remember that, but okay.
Oh, and I've said too much.
I remember the kids don't talk at all, and then at the end, like when the sun comes up, like they all of a sudden remember that they know how to talk, and they say the light, and that's pretty much it. We were like looking through descriptions of episodes trying to figure out what to watch, and I saw the words homeless and the words children, and I was like, oh, those are two things that we regularly talk about on Gotham Chronicle. Let's do this episode.
All of our old friends will be there. None of them.
Yeah, Martine. Oh yeah, just like Martine, the kid can't talk. For those of you who don't watch Gotham, there was a little mute, like he wasn't homeless, but he was an orphan, like named like Martine, who like befriended Penguin before being killed, and then turns out he wasn't killed.
Was Penguin still? Yeah, Penguin was still in jail at the end of the episode. Arkham Asylum, I guess. For some, why is he in Arkham? Whatever. All right, tangent.
Find out on the next episode of Gotham Chronicle, another show that we're on.
All right, is it paused right now?
Yeah, it's paused at 00. We're watching the version on Amazon Prime, and it begins right before like the blimp intro sequence, and it's on 22 minutes and 14 seconds.
All right, guys. We'll count down to 3, and when I say play, then we'll begin our commentary. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, we have captions.
Yeah, I always have captions when I do the commentary in case like I miss a thing of dialogue. It helps when I'm talking to you and like listening to this at the same time.
Yeah, Jane likes to do that when we're on the Rapid as well.
And you could hear Jan on the Gotham Chronicle podcast.
Oh, yeah. All these new characters this season. Yeah. I must say, I remember when Batman the Animated Series like came on Cartoon Network, and it was the first time I had seen the intro to this in a long time, and I was like, oh, I just love the fact that like, I really love the fact that like there's no credits. There's no text, there's no Batman the Animated Series. It's just action.
It's not like Tasmania, like
or even
Hamilton Hill, Commissioner Gordon is always on point. Have we left anyone out? Oh, don't forget Batman. He puts the bat in Batmania. Story by Tom Ruger. One of our favorite. I don't know who he is.
Tom Ruger. He did a lot of. I know he did a lot of like Tiny Toons and Animaniacs stuff. So he's like a WB animation writer.
That's safe.
I'm sure they'll be just fine.
They're older than I remember.
I think these are different kids. I remember this is
Oh yeah, I thought those were the Underdwellers for a second. Batman shaking his head. Why must kill children always be stupid?
For reals.
Nice animation with the sweat.
I remember reading a note that said that like the produce not the producers but like the production notes from Fox wanted Batman to have scenes like this where he's like and knowing is half the battle kind of scenes, and like Bruce Timm and friends were like no, but like this is like one of the few that they did.
Well, it's like weird because like how much of a problem is this in everyday society? Kids like riding on trains.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, I never hear about that.
I mean, maybe
chicken long enough, you fry.
Sonic says.
Now it's off to jail for you.
No good. That editorial mandate written all over it.
as forced and phony as Rachel Dawes. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this episode. I mean, this is one of those episodes that I did watch when I got the DVDs. The only one I avoided was Batman in my basement, but it's been a few years.
No, maybe we should watch that one at one point.
Ugh. You'll have to owe me something for that. It's the spook.
Damien cuts his head off.
What have you done?
I'm telling you, it was a leprechaun.
Okay.
Really, man, you expect me to believe you saw a little green man?
Oh, the first time I saw that woman, like, I was thinking, okay,
she's gonna faint.
She's one of those people who's gonna like faint. Like, oh,
Think of the children. Is that a new Robin I smell? Wow, she had like she had Batman symbols in her eyes. That was like Crystal Diamond.
Batman's caused more harm than good so far because like he caused that kid to like jump off the train and like panic when he saw him.
Two idiots' lives.
Yeah, you play chicken long enough here.
What's Gotham come to?
Is this during the time of the show where they're wanting to be an urban legend?
Yeah, this is one of the first few episodes according to the production list.
Yeah, this is pre-Bat Signal. What's he doing?
He's Alfred does. Aw, that's mean.
That's kind of funny.
Didn't I fire you? Wait, Bruce is actually entertained the idea that this is a leprechaun.
We're drinking too much. I don't remember any of this. Interesting.
You just were Batman.
He starts flying.
Yes. I think it's time for an encore.
I'll catch this leprechaun. He sprinkles like Lucky Charms all over the place.
Even if I have to burn the whole city down.
I'm way ahead of you, sir.
He pulls up in an oil truck. Yeah,
I love the closed caption. It said "Music continues."
Thank you very much.
Is that pizza? Oh no, it's just a box. Oh yeah, you were right with what you said off mic. This is more depressing than I remember with like the slave labor.
I remember like always feeling that like this was like a really like it's not a bad episode. I don't dislike this episode, but like I remember feeling kind of cringy. Like this is hard to watch.
They're trying to grow crops in the sewer. Good luck with that.
Bane
There's a lot
Dark Knight
of
Rises.
kids.
Bane comes out. Oh God!
No, they're never allowed to talk.
The kid stabbed himself with a hoe.
Oh, I remember he would punish them by putting them in like a room of like lights.
Yeah, this villain is a real son of a bitch. Like, part of my language with the commentary.
How does he manage that many kids by himself, though? I mean, I guess through fear, but like, that is like a lot to keep track of for one person. As someone who's like helped run summer camps and like stuff like that. Oh yes, who could ever forget this unforgettable villain?
Yeah, he looks like Captain Hook's cousin.
Are you ready for your lessons? Yes? I think so. I think so. Well, so am I. Your teacher, your leader, your king.
Thanks for the exposition.
I am. Yes.
Nuts.
Lesson number 1 is no talking!
Okay.
Children are to be seen and not heard. We are the Underdwellers.
I like this guy.
But. Someone was talking. You were heard. And we all know the punishment for talking.
Good voice actor. I don't know who the actor is. This guy, I mean, like, I will say this, that like he is a very hateable villain. Like, it's very successful. Like, you don't like this guy at all. Like I was. This is awful. He's not like whipping them or whatever, but like still, it's like child torture.
At least he's not like feeding them to the crocodiles or something, because Fox Kid censorship.
Right.
Yes, sir. They could all easily overpower him, but like, but I get it, because like kids don't realize stuff like that. Like, kids are like, you know, have a fear of like authority and like.
Also, I think there's an implication that because they came up on the streets, there's like, you know, like they might have like some issues and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and kids in general have like a complicated psychology and can be controlled, unfortunately, by like people who, you know, like this, who would wish to manipulate them to their advantage.
Oh, he did it in the first episode. I love Batman's like ruby quartz visor he stole from Cyclops.
I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Like, I had a feeling that there was like a secret door there.
Ooh, that's a nice shot.
Great. Why did it have to be Beware the Sewer King?
Not again.
I thought so. Those two kids are like, screw Batman, we're gonna go train.
Yahoo!
Chicken! Cheek, cheek, cheek,
right.
cheek, cheek. Cheek, 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 cheek. Oh, hi, Batman.
I was thinking about that today. You're just a little chicken, man. Keep your stupid pockets in your comment. Or keep your stupid comment in your pocket.
Keep your podcast in your pockets, Sewer Dweller Kid. This is a pre-crisis version of Martine, because I don't know if this kid ever gets a name.
Jason Todd's in my head the entire time with like the Ma Gun thing. Like, obviously they were never going to try to do Jason Todd, but it is similar.
If they will, they'll call him Tim Drake. Yeah, Batman's got to be scary if you're a little kid.
Oh yeah.
Just a second, son.
They're really like trained themselves not to.
He's not even having like, any grunts or anything.
That's like the third time that Batman's almost caused someone to die this episode.
What was the first one?
The kid on the train, like, he could have panicked that kid and like, well, which he did, and like made him die. And then I'm trying to remember what the second one was.
Well said.
It is amazing though that like the involuntary reaction, the scream, which like anyone would have, like this kid, he's like suppressing it like really well because he's been so trained.
Or like tormented.
What?
Oh, that's
okay.
Cool. That's like right out of like the Keaton and stuff. Although it's different.
Oh, he looks at Batman and it's the Elfman like music. Da, da, da. He's Kim Basinger. Where are we going?
Oh yeah. That's like always being hypnotized. Oh, interesting. Huh. This is a very interesting episode so far. Like watching it again, even though I've seen it before, but not in several years. I'm not immediately sure what's going to happen.
So, take note of this though. He hypnotizes the kid so that the kid doesn't know where the Batcave is.
Oh, I never even thought about that. I just fell asleep.
But if memory serves, he lets the kid like be upstairs in Wayne Manor with Alfred. So like, whoops.
Well, they're making sure that he can't say crap.
I know nothing of children.
Yeah, I remember this, and I was like, didn't you like diaper his bottom, Bruce Wayne, and also like Dick Grayson?
I remember this with like the blanket and the lights. Like, well, I don't know if Dick Grayson's been retconned in yet, because I feel like before Dick Grayson like came onto the show,
well,
like
Robin was
like
in the series Bible, so he wasn't like forced into the show halfway through.
Not like forced, but like it's almost like it's a universe where he doesn't exist.
I mean, they had the series Bible that he was always
he's Matt Murdock.
I remember this.
I'm Martine. He starts treating like...
Is your name Leon? This is the Alfred Pennyworth show.
He headbutts him just like on Gotham.
I'm positive that Alfred has dealt with this crap before. I know nothing of children in the last 30 years. Oh, this guy.
And he knows when children are missing. Like, because I remember that was a plot point. So like that's a lot of kids to keep. Oh, he eats like a king.
A sewer king. He has glasses, but one of his glasses is missing an eye.
The rolls, if you please.
I'm getting hungry watching.
Frog?
Oh, the kid's name was Frog.
Where is he? He's not here.
Tell me, we can't talk.
Here. And after all I've done for you ungrateful little monsters, I took you in when nobody else would have you.
I know Batman doesn't do it. I'm really looking forward to him just like smashing his fist in this guy's face.
For you, and only I, who knows what.
Do you remember the episode with the Invisible Guy? Because Batman does beat that child molester to an inch of his life.
He wasn't a molester. Wasn't he like trying to see his daughter or something?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite episodes, and like it is. It's up for interpretation, but like Batman does like beat him with his bare hands. Like I kind of want that same
because he's
here.
invisible. You have the senses.
Yeah. Like there are like elongated moments of Batman just like pounding the crap out of him.
By the way, so did Alfred give this kid a bath or not? Because like we saw him drag him into the bathroom, but now like
he's still in the street rat clothes.
Yeah, he doesn't look much more cleaner than he did before. But maybe like that's just the character design. Like, Alfred didn't, like... I mean, I guess Alfred didn't have any other clothes to give the kid.
I suppose like there's no clothes that would fit him.
But, like, Alfred would have, like, combed his hair or something. He ain't even trying.
Is there a homeless butt back here? I remember there's a line in one episode where he's like, I left Buckingham Palace for this. He's gonna find the Batcave. Intruder alert.
Except he already knows that he's with Batman. Like, it's no secret identity.
Oh, yeah.
Screw you, Batman. You're like...
Look at the background.
I wonder if I was that much trouble.
Help him! Bastard.
Oh, well. I wonder if Catwoman's up tonight.
What about this one?
Guns.
It's Japanese. How do you know? I got it in Japan. It's like an Elmer Fudd musket. Okay. Do you leave it loaded? He doesn't leave it loaded. Sonic says. Okay, it wasn't loaded. God, but it could have been. Yeah, you weren't kidding with this Sonic says stuff.
It never made sense to me why Batman had guns in his house. Like it just doesn't. I don't know why that would be a thing, especially if it's. Oh God, yeah, this. I mean, none of this is like none of this is like out of source for a story, but it is kind of surprising that they even got away with this. Because I remember there being a production note that like when they show homeless people in the Fox episodes, they can only show like men. They couldn't show like families and stuff, and that's why the WB episodes were like stronger content because you did see more homeless people in that show.
Hear ye, I am your new king.
Hear ye! Homer shows up. Hear ye! He is not the town crier. Police, do something! I'm not your man, but it's too damn good.
I am your king now. Man, Batman's just breaking stuff
left and right. 4th, 5th, and 6th Robin.
You see, like, Batman's point of view, and they're all wearing Robin costumes. He's like, Dear Diary, jackpots.
Yeah, Mix is pretty good.
This is like the first Rescuers movie with the 2 pet crocodiles.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Again, when I was a kid, I really thought that crocodiles were going to be a bigger problem than they actually were.
Especially if you live in Florida, I imagine.
Yeah, well, yeah, like the Rescuers, the Chipmunks, Batman, some other cartoons that I'm probably forgetting, but like Peter Pan.
Guy's face.
Wasn't there a second one? Wait, hold on. There's 3 gators. This is like the Skrulls from Fantastic Four issue 2.
It's like a video game. They keep on coming.
Yeah, they regenerate. And that was the end of Batman.
It's like the episode in the 60s show with the clan that ate Robin.
Oh. Well, that did it. There's still 2 more.
Batman's like, I can't wait to kick this guy's ass. Doink.
Hey, you've got me. Who's got you? He gives the thumbs up and it causes it. He gives the thumbs up and it causes him to lose balance and fall into the crocodile's mouth.
Just like the Todds in the pre-crisis.
Smash cut to like the end where like he puts like a memorial case for Frog with like his like little cloak in the back cave. Like
this one wasn't my fault.
He was a good soldier, Alfred, and he was a good meal for the Crocs too.
Yes, we agreed to stop repeating that.
What? How do you get there so fast? Oh, there'll be plenty of time for explanations later.
Yes.
I want to know who his voice actor is. Very interesting.
According to Amazon X-Ray,
Michael Pataki. Okay, he was in the '70s Spider-Man show, I think.
And I teach the trade. And now I will teach you something.
after facing the Joker and Penguin and Ra's al Ghul and like all these other people,
Scarecrow, Cluemaster, Killer Croc, and
grab my hand. Never wait.
And we'll
okay,
never
is it
see him
Batman's
again.
fault that this guy died?
No.
Straight out of Detective Comics. Okay, good. Okay. I'm glad, because I was a little concerned that, like, wait, because Batman did kick the guy down, so would he be responsible for his
Why are you
death?
trying to save him?
I grabbed my hand. Never.
I'd rather splash. Later, Gator.
How many gators does he have, and how big are these sewers?
I know they're Gotham City sewers, so everything's big in Gotham. Hope no one's following me. Just like the Superman the movie.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. He sees Otis on, like, the other side.
Oh, that's awesome. That kicks ass. Damn, that was cool. That was really cool. I forgot about that entirely. Batman has no time for locks. Now he kills him.
The rules are for, like, and yeah, there you go. Anytime people are by train tracks in a movie, the train is always coming. Even though, like, trains only come during, like, certain times of day.
I remember
mathematically
this very well.
speaking,
Why? I don't pass That's for the courts. But this time, I am so tempted to do the job myself.
That is well written.
Yeah.
That is well written. And now Martine learns to talk.
And this kid wrote on a little pad and started describing stuff. I was like, oh, wow.
The lights. I remember this. You were outside during the daytime before.
My name is Leslie Tompkins.
Help me detonate this virus.
Damn you. Let's see what show's give you all these memes.
In the words of the 18th century version of Ben from London, thanks for the boiler. You know, boilers, because like they heated old London rooms. Who's Commissioner Gordon yelling at in the bottom right hand corner?
Oh yeah, POV. That was like a internal affairs.
Okay.
So what do we think of the Underdwellers?
That was a nice episode. I really dug the end with Batman, where the guy's like, why, and usually like that stuff is corny and it causes the hero to be like, because I know that killing's wrong, like at the end of like Superior Spider-Man or something like that. But like, I love Batman's answer because he's like, okay, first of all, that's for the courts, and second of all, I am so tempted right now because you are an effing monster for what you did to those kids. So that was a good moment. The rest of it was really an episode by numbers. Like the villain was honestly kind of like forgettable.
Yeah,
I could kind of see like why he didn't come back, because like this is really like the story that you could tell with him. Like you know, like what can he do after this? You know, like it's and he is what he is.
I feel that like
his story's told.
It's a pretty like linear episode. When you say by the numbers, I know what you mean. Like, there's not like through line. It's like one sequence leads to another, and it's a little padded. But I feel that like the kind of like I don't know, like the story was really kind of dark without being too intense. Yeah, and it is kind of you kind of are waiting for a moment where Batman's like, you know, you are a piece of work, and you're kind of the reason why I'm Batman. Guys like you.
Now, that being said, Batman makes a point of like, I can't let this kid know where the Batcave is. I better like hypnotize him into unconscious. Then he goes upstairs, sees Bruce Wayne's like personal like house, personal butler, and I'm sure that there's photos on the wall, like in the Lego Batman movie. You know,
this is the Keaton universe. He has no idea what a Bruce Wayne is.
I'm sure he'll see that same thing that Tim Drake saw. Maybe he doesn't know how to read.
Well, at least Bruce Wayne read his name. Or Tim Drake read his name.
Yeah, Tim Drake read it. I'm sure he'll see the same thing Tim Drake saw. Maybe this kid doesn't know how to read. I don't know. Or like,
you know, I honestly never got that like that was hypnotizing him. I thought he just naturally fell asleep. That was interesting.
No, he was looking into that spinning thing, and then like when he got knocked out, Batman looked at him like, "Aha, got him!" Like, you know.
Kevin Conroy, always with the slang.
always with the slang that's like 30 years ahead of its time. Like, that and like again, it's he sees the photo from the Lego Batman movie, like family photos. I always wanted one of those. I mean, the light.
I agree. I thought this is a solid episode. Apparently, people don't like this. This is one of the least liked episodes.
What do they have to say about it?
I don't know. Like they don't like the villain. But I don't know. It's a story that involves kids, but it's not like a goofy, lighthearted story. In fact, it's really dark, but it's not like unsavory.
Well, at least then those kids, like, I mean, if this was real life, some of those kids would be dead, like for sure. But like,
worse.
Nothing really. We never really saw any of the kids get like physically hurt. So you know,
I mean, they were absolutely being abused. I think when I was younger, this kind of turned me off more. But as an adult, the storytelling is like just, they're still pretty good.
As an adult, you're jaded about children, and you don't care if the rat catcher feeds them to the crocodiles.
Also, there's comedy hijinks with Alfred the butler, so this is fun.
Yeah, I just can't like get over like every time I watch one of these with you, like I notice something that like I didn't notice in like all the previous decades I watched this, and this time it was the fact that like, wait a minute, like Batman just revealed his secret identity to this kid. Who, you know, granted, this kid probably like doesn't He's not going to tell.
This kid looked to be pretty young. Like he's not like a teenager like Tim Drake was. Like he's like 7 or 8. So like it's not as like, oh, Bruce Wayne, I know where the address of Wayne Manor and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't thinking about that.
But when he gets older and he remembers this period of his life, because you're not going to forget Batman taking you to his giant like mansion. If he sees Wayne Manor on TV, or if he sees Alfred at like a Bruce Wayne like event, like
I think it's kind of like a Spider-Man 2 thing. It's like, don't worry, we won't tell nobody until they do.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because in this universe, kids are all like, pure and like will always help Batman.
This is not like in Justice League where like Batman's like a centimeter away from a crook, says, "Alfred, get me something from Wayne Manor," over on his radio. not just get into that, but like I'm never concerned about his secret identity in this episode. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I kind of like your idea that like the kid. It's not like the kid will like realize it tomorrow, but I feel like he'll remember this, and like the pieces are there for him to put together if he ever does. But like he's not the Joker, he probably won't tell anyone, or like maybe he'll like show up like
he has the chance to figure it out, because honestly, Batman's identity is easy to figure out. But if he does, he's not going to blow it.
They called him Frog. Like we never heard his real name, so like we can totally fan him that he's Jason Todd or Martine.
And he lived happily ever after. It's keyword being lived.
Both Jason Todd and Martine exploded, and both of them were revealed to like have survived their explosion.
Well, that's not true. Jason did die, but he was brought back to life by science. I mean, by Superman Prime. I mean, by the Lazarus Pit. I mean, whatever his retcon is this week. Have you ever read The White Knight? Because like in The White Knight, like Jason's the first Robin and Dick's the second Robin.
I read the first 2 issues of that, because I read when they like retcon that like we've been having 2 different Harleys this whole time.
It's an interesting story. Anyways, until the next commentary, you guys, this is Donovan.
And this is Frog. Ribbit.
And you've been watching Batman the Animated Series with us, the Batman Universe commentaries. We'll see you guys on the next commentary.
And I thought I don't know what he said.
I hope I wasn't that much trouble.
Why? I don't pass sentence. That's for the courts. But this time, I am sorely tempted to do the job myself.